guessing you guys, you know that you suck. I thought she was gonna power out like... Oh my goodness, this is like...
Yeah. It got kinda...
broken.
I mean, she is wanting to offer...
So we'll find another one.
like, this
Better
gift,
me.
I guess you could say, to Buffy,
Anya and
but...
I will jump back into the web.
There is no other one.
Okay, then we'll fix this one.
I don't think it will be as simple as that.
Damn it, Chris.
She's really gone.
Oh, Willow. I mean, obviously, but... she had so much hope on bringing her back.
Can't wait around to see if the others will pop in. We're on our own. No one's coming to our rescue.
Here we are! Honestly though, like, being buried alive is like one of the most traumatic things ever. Ooh, nice. First person perspective though. I was gonna say, like, I know Willow was worried that she'd be in hell, but I'm sure Buffy thinks, well, that it's no different from that right now.
I don't...
Stay down, I'll take care of this.
Xander, it's...
Bug! Big fiery bug thing.
Xander.
Get off! You bite? No, they probably burn, don't they?
Xander, it's
Just
not a
Xander's
bug.
just panicking over Tara's spell is beautiful.
Leave us alone!
It just breaks my heart how disorientated she is. Like... I do like it though, because I think it's a pretty realistic thing that they've done. Come on, Spike, let's get this. You might think this town's open season, but you disregarded Spike, bitches.
Cavalcade of demons out there, and I mean, I think this, you know, it takes I mean, we need
Buffy.
Yeah.
Buffy
I mean, to their knowledge,
is not coming back. We failed.
have I ever mentioned how whenever Willow's heart breaks, mine does too?
Bye-bye, Slayer.
No, Buffy bot! No! No! How dare you!
Another one for the Fire Boys. Tear it up.
Yeah, well, this is the real deal, and your ass is gonna get kicked soon.
Again. Hey, Will, next time this thing's damaged, couldn't you program it to find the nearest Radio Shack? or-
Buffy, come on, no.
Buffy? Buffy!
Buffy!
Oh,
Where is she?
this is like... all these senses are like... oh my goodness.
Buffy, are you...
In her coffin.
She had to dig out of her own grave.
Yep. I was gonna say, wasn't that how Joyce...
Yeah. That's it. You're home.
Yeah. Welcome home,
Dude,
Slayer.
piss off! This ain't your
Alive
reunion!
and kicking after all. Well, alive anyway. Not looking too good, though, is she?
I don't
You're not
see
gonna
where
look
you
good in a
committed
minute.
contact.
I mean, then again.
Must have missed by-
Well, I better back off or you might what? Pull a rabbit out of a hat?
Don't do that. Why would you do that?
Look,
No, put out your
don't
brain
want
in a
trouble.
minute, and then your head
don't want
gets
trouble.
Of
bloodied.
course we want trouble. We're demons. We're really all about trouble.
not this kind.
Oh, I get your point.
Okay, well, they've asked for death.
I was really hoping it'd be you.
Oh no, this might be your undoing. Oh no. Yes! Let's go! Oh, come on. Ooh, ooh.
The other Buffy. Yes. The other Buffy. Buffy?
Wait to get it inside her head.
I don't know where she ran off to.
Here's a plot
Maybe.
reveal, Dawn. Ooh.
Well, they wanted a massacre.
They got one.
She's Buffy. She's herself again. You're back, Buffy. You really are.
I think that was a self-defense.
Whoa.
Come on, Buffy, let's kill Freddy Krueger. Oh no. Oh.
So witch, got a little power after all. Well, let's see what tricks you can manage while I choke the life out of you.
Dying? Great. Piss off.
Nobody messes with my girl.
Yes,
Sarah, nice
my
action.
heart.
My first.
Playing the same music. Oh.
How?
Ugh.
Is it you? I mean, really?
Please, can this be the thing that... Oh, no.
No! Talk to me. Say something.
This is really powerful.
This hell?
Oh, man.
Is this hell? No!
Look, shiny and clear everything was. But now,
Buffy.
This is it. She's replaying the events and is
Listen to me.
traumatized as heck and...
You told me I had to be strong. And I've tried. Live.
Come on, you have to save Dawn again, Buffy. Like you saved her last time.
Buffy! Dawn!
There we go. Let's go. Oh, no. Shit. Ooh.
No.
You back? Oh. Whew. Honestly, I wasn't planning on watching 2 episodes today, but have I been emotional to I don't think I have been that emotional to like I guess in one sitting like for an opening. Oh, you know, I did say that like for Buffy to return and see Sunnydale the way it is, she's probably gonna think this is hell, and I think the Crane was the I don't want to say nail in the coffin because that is a really, really terrible expression, but it is that, isn't it? It was like she was in such a state of trauma and hurt, and her mind was confuddled, and you can't blame her because like everything was kind of rebooting, like her hearing, her senses, everything. So what a Oh, I'm gonna have to make. I don't know if I should. I see. This is it. I don't know if I should make 2 reviews for the first episode because I'm of course gonna split this up into 2 episodes, but like for YouTube. But you know, I want to say stuff for the first episode. I might. I don't know. I might have like episode 1 no review and episode 2 is the summary. So I don't know. That might be the plan. But what a beginning. I think that was a strong beginning for season 6. Probably the strongest. Because I really loved the season 5 opener, but it was more like, of course, lighthearted compared to what season 5 was going to have on offer. And it was very, very fun. But I feel like this was a very, very strong opening because it got straight to the point about, okay, we're resurrecting Buffy. But the way they explored, especially with episode 2, the way they explored Buffy trying to adjust to the world again and being in such a state of shock, even to the point where she returned to her demise, was great. And I really liked the added inclusion of the Crane breaking down because it added to Buffy having to save Dawn. And there we go. Ugh. I'm good. I just really loved exploring. Like I said, going back to, I think the episode was called When She Was Bad. Going back to that episode where we saw how shaken Buffy was, this episode amplifies that because she's been decaying for quite some time, and she was also trapped in a coffin. And I think it's been, I don't know if it's been established, that I think it has, that that's something that really does shake her. But in general, it's a very, very, it's an experience that would absolutely shake us. And given everything that's gone on with Buffy having to die, with Buffy decaying, and then pushing her way out of her coffin. She's not just that though, but like all of her body parts have been reforming because they've spent so much time decaying. We even hear the muffled sound, the blurred vision, which is a very, very nice touch. To see her body just try to rebuild and I guess reboot, and the same with her mind. Although this is it, like she accepted death, and for Buffy, like this is her hell. Like I made the comment with the surroundings of Sunnydale and whatnot. One wouldn't blame her for thinking this was hell. And there was great emphasis with the fact that she said this is hell because she accepted death. She found her peace in death, and now she's being brought back. And I have a feeling she wasn't in hell before for her to ask this. She was in a better place. She was in the good place, although we don't joke about that. But here we go. And here's the thing that I did want, I did say this in the reaction, but part of me wanted to kind of have a look-see into Buffy's afterlife in her being in heaven, because here's the thing, I wanted her to be reunited with her mother. You know, the big pearly gates, etc., all that jazz. I wanted her to, like, I wanted a sneak peek of her in heaven in some degree, where she was content with her mother. She because she did find that peace in the last episode. She accepted her death, and this would be her with her mother in a happy place and at peace at last. And then she gets yanked back into the living, and this is what I'm talking about. She didn't ask to come back with her accepting of her death, and now she's zipped back in. So, and I'm really interested to see how they do develop Buffy being in this state, because I think I did make a mention in When She Was Bad that I hope we do get to see this continued throughout the season. And whereas we did in small doses, I feel like with the ending of this episode, they're going to expand on it greatly. Because like I said, this is 10 times worse than when she died in Prophecy Girl, when we explored the trauma in her. And even then, I think that was months past, wasn't it? That she still didn't get over the whole situation. But I think she will have a bit more support here, I guess. But still, it's still more traumatic 10 times because of the fact that she spent that time decaying. She accepted her death, and yeah, I feel like this. I feel like they're going to not draw it out in the bad way, but they're going to expand on her grief, on her trauma, more so than they did in season 2. So I'm really intrigued to see what they do with Buffy and how she's struggling to adjust with life. But I really liked how this episode went by with how they didn't gloss over Buffy being back, saying, "Yeah, I'm back. Woo, let's kick some ass." I mean, she did kick ass, but that was her instincts kicking in, wasn't it? So, not to be confused that Buffy was back. Like, everyone was like, "Oh, is Buffy back?" But no, that was her. I think that was her Slayer abilities rebooting, and it wasn't that's not to be like associated with how she's doing overall. She's still traumatized, she's still scared, she's still adjusted, she's still trying to readjust. And yeah, it was really heartbreaking to see Buffy be that traumatized, be that scared. She wasn't herself, and like I said, you can't blame her because she's still rebooting. Her senses are all over the place because of the fact that she's been resurrected. And this is what I was talking about regarding Willow, about how she might not be regarding that aspect, but because yeah, you've got Buffy back, but you have to take in consideration the person, how they are feeling on a mental level, which Buffy is still traumatized. She's still scared. She's all over the place. So, and this is what I really loved. We got to see a physical aspect as well as a mental aspect. I mean, I think the mental aspect was a more apparent aspect in terms of focusing how Buffy is trying to readjust and how Buffy is feeling regarding her resurrection. But we saw her shake. We saw her like eye contact, etc. It was all you could see she was visibly scared. So, but like I said, I feel like the mental approach was more apparent and really well conveyed. Um, so I really loved how this episode went by in discovering how traumatized Buffy was. And this is it. Like, no one can blame her. No one can blame her whatsoever. Like, they really hit the nail on the head with the trauma that Buffy's going through, because you've spent so much time decaying. You accepted your death. You have to punch your way out of a, like, being trapped, being buried alive is an experience that no one wants to go through itself. So knowing that you're there, like, you even saw her like try to shout, and it really, really does haunt you. So I really loved how they didn't shy away from the trauma that Buffy was experiencing. And even so, like, when she got out of the coffin, there was that trauma there, of course, like her like wandering the streets dazed and confused, and her heading back to the tower, which is very, very a nice touch, because I feel like that is I feel like that is very, very appropriate given the state of mind that Buffy's going through. So, yeah, and I really loved the whole bit with Dawn and Buffy, where they were, where Buffy was reminiscing about the night she died, or the morning she died, and how Dawn was there. There was that mirror, and even so, there was the mirror on Buffy had to save Dawn, though this time she didn't have to die. And I was kind of thinking that, okay, that's going to be the thing that breaks this state of mind. And I'm glad they're not doing that. I'm glad they're going to take their time, seemingly, with how Buffy is handling coming back to life. But yeah, I really, really loved how they did that tower scene, how we returned there, and how we had Buffy stand over the edge thinking about that morning she died and everything that happened, even echoing the same sentences that she did, and how Dawn was pleading for her to come back, and, you know, saying, I thought I could be strong, but it's been hard. It was really, really well done. So yeah, for them to flash back to that episode was really, really nice to see. And like I said, it really makes sense on like, for what Buffy is currently going through. So yeah. But I also really loved Xander telling Willow off regarding some of the risks that Willow took with the resurrection spell, because they've already expressed how the concept of the resurrection spell was a bit of a iffy subject to like fully agree upon. Like, everyone was like, well, there was people who were mixed about the idea that this about performing this spell. But seeing Willow expose the cuts, puking out the snake, essentially, like her body just going through that like situation, I have to applaud Xander, because, you know, he is being the voice of reason. Willow was being reckless, and I'm flashing back to remnants of Tara being scared regarding Willow and her abilities. But this is it with Willow. She didn't care of the risks that she took. Because she even said to Tara, okay, if something goes wrong, don't stop me. And she was willing to take any risks possible in order to bring Buffy back. This was Buffy. This was all about, this was showcasing her concern for Buffy rather than herself. So, and I don't blame Xander whatsoever for scolding her, because this could have, like, I don't know, this could have been even worse. This could have left her brain dead, potentially, or this could have done something far worse. They weren't prepared to see the injuries that Willow went through, and it could have been even worse. So, and I don't blame Xander. And this is Xander we're talking about. Like, he even lectured Anya and Giles for bickering in episode 1, and now here he is being the voice of reason to Willow. So I've got to commend Xander for being the voice of reason and showcasing that concern. So yeah, but I really loved the Scoobs working together. Anya as well. Like, I really loved the whole Anya and Xander thing about them trying to lighten the mood. Well, Anya more so lighten the mood about their engagement, but this is it. They're trying to add to the happiness, but I think with Anya, she's still like trying to understand, like she's still trying to get to grasp with the situation, and not being able to read the room as clearly as other people, and you know that's not her fault. So yeah, and you can see she's trying to do it with the goodness of her heart because she's trying to make people happy, but this is it. They're still processing this whole situation. And even so, like, with the spell failing, Willow was so defeated because she thought she lost Buffy forever. And my heart really broke when she broke down because of her thinking that she's gone forever. Thinking, like, trying to come up with all sorts, like, oh, we'll use super glue, etc. And like I said, whenever Willow breaks down, I break down. So yeah. But yeah, I really, really loved how this episode was showcasing about Buffy and how she's trying to adjust to life, and you know, questioning the idea, was this really the right call for Willow? Like, yeah, it's great to have Buffy back, but what is she going through? Because we saw her state of mind, and we don't know how long this is going to take for Buffy. Like, as far as they're concerned, the Buffy they know and they knew and loved, she might be gone forever. We might have a completely different Buffy from here on. And this is what you've got to question yourself with when it comes to resurrection spells. Is this the same person that you're bringing back that you loved dearly? You gotta, like, taking all these variables when you're doing something as massive as resurrection. Not just that, but you've got to question everything. Are they going to come back like a zombie? Are they going to come back? Like, you've got to question everything. But for Willow, it was about bringing Buffy back and subsiding that grief that they were going through by having Buffy be the protector that she is. So... but yeah, I'm glad that they are seemingly gonna not gloss over Buffy going over the recovery time that she needs. But it will be very interesting to see how what they do, and hopefully they do this in the long run. Because, like I said, they spent bits and pieces with it when she died in Prophecy Girl for season 2 onwards, and this is a worst case scenario for Buffy because Buffy, when she died in Prophecy Girl, she didn't spend that time decaying. She didn't even make peace with death, because we have to remember back in season 1 when she confronted Giles, I don't want to die, compared to season 5 where she made peace with death. So yeah, it was really good, this episode, and I felt so bad for the Buffy bot. But I gotta say, that is also a thing to play on Buffy's mind as well. Seeing a version of herself die. That is not adding, lifting weight, should I say, to the trauma that she is already going through. Seeing a version of herself die. So, yeah, it was really sad for the Buffy bot to be dismantled, and that seems to be... I mean, where there's life must come death. So with Buffy's return must come the final demise of the Buffy bot, right? But it was really sad. So yeah, but it's more sad when you take in consideration of Buffy's feelings as well, that she has to watch herself die again. So yeah, this was a really good episode, especially exploring the psychology of Buffy and what she's going through. Not just that though, but I guess like seeing the physical toll that she's going through with her return, how she's disorientated, how she has her vision blurred. It was really, really good stuff. So yeah, but that was episode 2 of Buffy. I've just done a review on both parts of Buffy, so I'm pretty pleased with myself there. Just watch, I haven't recorded this. No, everything is still going. We are good. In before power outage, but no, this was a great episode, and I'm excited to see where episode 3 does take us now that we have Buffy back. And like I said, what they are going to do with Buffy's grief should be very, very interesting stuff to see for the duration of the season. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. A fantastic, brilliant opening to season 6. It's probably my favorite with how deep and how powerful these 2 episodes were, because it just spoke huge volumes, and they did a very, very good job, and they didn't shy away from heartbreaking elements. So for me, my favorite opening for Buffy so far, because of how deep and how powerful this was. Yeah, some stuff might have been predictable, like Buffy returning, but I don't think that was I think we all knew Buffy was going to come back in some capacity. It's just how they handled it, and I think they handled Buffy's return and how traumatized she was really, really well. So awesome stuff, as well as the Scoobies as well. So yeah, but I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!